This is like this crazy thing that goes on in London, where Chinese couples come and have their photograph taken before their wedding outside Westminster Abbey. Katie used to tell me white shoes were not cool. John asked a question and said, how did you go about using social media as a musician, and how have I managed to get quite a good following via Facebook, Twitter? The short answer to that is just be yourself. One of the biggest problems people make when they're on social media is they broadcast too much. What I try and do is just be myself and share relevant content. I do divide Facebook and Twitter up. I will tend to place more, ask questions, and use Twitter more as a business tool, a wider tool, let people know about things, and also follow. I mean, I think Twitter is amazing. Facebook tends to be more personal, and particularly now, I was at Facebook about a year ago in London and we were chatting, and they were saying the big thing is still video. So it's sharing video content and those kind of things. The other thing is to try not to spread yourself too thinly over too many platforms. That's what a lot of people make the mistake of. They tend to be trying to cover themselves on everything from Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Gosh, my head's gone blank because I've just walked up all the stairs to the top of this. But the key thing is to be authentic and then keep up to date with the channels that you choose to be on, and be comfortable not being on some channels. That will be my other thing. Don't do yourself in by trying to be on everything, and just be genuine. And yeah, I mean, I've spoken about Amanda Palmer's book before. Amanda Palmer says, you know, we shouldn't be asking the question, how do we make people pay for music? It's how do we allow people to pay for music? So, as I've said on this vlog before, I'm not quite brave enough yet to go on Patreon. I think if enough of you messaged me in and said you would be willing to be a patron of mine, I may go on Patreon eventually. Kickstarter definitely works. I mean, I've done 2 album projects. I raised £2,500 for Jazz Trio and over £4,000 for Jazz Vespers, which is amazing. And that just came from being honest and not trying to sell all the time, because you just know yourself, if somebody's trying to sell to you all the time, you just switch off and you just don't bother and you don't engage with their content. So make it interesting, make it funny, make it relevant. Another analogy is treating it like going into a bar or to a restaurant. You know, you don't just march in and start saying, hey, this person thinks I'm great. You know, people just go, what? There is an element of sitting back, seeing which way the conversation's going, and then interacting with it. That's definitely something I would suggest you do. And finally, engage with people when they engage with you. Don't just ignore them. If somebody likes one of your videos, say thank you. If somebody takes a photo at your gig, like it, say thanks for coming along, thank you for taking this picture. It's Big Ben. Well, it's not Big Ben. Do you know what? This isn't actually Big Ben. Big Ben is only the one that strikes on the hour. There you go, useless fact of the day for you. Respond back to people's tweets. Have competitions online. Ask questions. Something I don't do often enough on Twitter. I know that. I need to do it more often. We've done it with Cambridge Saxophone's Twitter feed every now and again. But there's a reason why Cambridge Saxophone's Twitter feed has, I don't know, 400 or 500 and I have 9,000. Is that my content is easier to just keep one channel going and keep it relevant to me, and that's kind of the key thing on social media. People want to relate to people, not to businesses, so it's often quite difficult to businesses to create content online, whereas people are much more often, if you do work for a company, advise the company to try and have personalised Twitter feeds and things like that, and have people answering it. You know, even if it's the boss's PA who actually answers their Twitter feed, it still makes sense if people are interacting with that. It's really important. And if you want to have a personal thing, keep that on Facebook possibly. So right now I'm trying to get time lapses. I can't move because if I do, hey, see? So I got loads of time lapses on the roof and I'm trying to get time lapses of the building now.
into a room, and with faith your prayer will be answered. But without faith and with so much
came down here years ago with the camera, taking some shots at night. I'll put a link to it at the bottom. But it seems like everyone's out now. And in fact, it's kind of one of the least self-conscious places you can be about vlogging, because everybody's got a camera out.
The next station is Temple.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is a Circle Line train via Liverpool Street and King's Cross and Pancras.
So the trains aren't running to Cambridge. I'm going to get something to eat. Hi.
Hello. Brisket, steak, with what meat? And another thing, guacamole.
Stop what you got. What can you do was run out. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just get another steak. This is for the health. Okay.
Yeah. Rice juice. No, because I said you now because when.
Yeah.
And Chingford. Please keep your belongings with you at all times. Unattended items may be removed and destroyed. A secure lift luggage facility is located on platform 10 to enable passengers to store their luggage.
Wow.